Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Short video on this. I just wanted to go ahead and take a look at this from someone else's perspective other than the one that I played out yesterday when I read to you that email that I got from someone that lives in France. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard, but the reason that there is gas shortages going on in France is because there's a big strike going on from refinery workers. So let me go ahead and give you a quick read of what this says. That way you can be better informed as to what's going on. But ladies and gentlemen, more than that, I want to inform you as to that it doesn't have to be a national or a natural catastrophe that happens in order for you to not have gas. It doesn't have to be any of that. Here in the United States, the railway workers, they're still considering striking. And if they do strike, then there could be a possibility that we face shortages of more than just gasoline. Right? Because railways, they also transport oil as well. All right, so this is something to take a look at, and I just wanted to show you, I wanted to confirm to you that people do bad things when they don't have those things that allow them to live the same standard of living that they did before. I'm going to go ahead and show you a little clip of that. That way you can see how terrible people can be to each other, and it should motivate you to prepare for everything that you need as much as you can. That way, if there is a gasoline shortage where you live, in your country, in your state, in your neighbor, wherever it may be, that you can at least have enough to get by for a time being until that shortage gets resolved. For example, these people here in France that are doing, just wait till you see the videos or the clips that I'm going to insert in this video. These people here in France, they are average people, but now that the circumstances don't favor their standard of living, their normalcy, their everyday lives, they turn into something else than just an average person that you see in the streets and say hello to every day. They start turning ugly. Now, let's say, for example, they would have had at least a week's worth of fuel stocked up. This may only last a week or two, who knows? It may not last long at all. But had they put away 4 or 5 5-gallon cans of fuel, enough to fill up their vehicles at least once, and kept their fuel on their vehicles topped off to 3/4 of a tank or more, they may be able to get by until this is over. That is why it is so important to be prepared. French gas rationing begins as refinery strikes worsen after government calls back essential workers. So it looks like the government has taken action and trying to call back essential workers. I'm not really sure how that works, but here it does say that France said on Tuesday that it would requisition essential workers to staff Exxon's French oil depot. And that just goes back to what I always tell you, that we the people have the power. We the people, those people there, the ones that work in those refineries, they've figured it out. They have the power as long as you stick together. So ladies and gentlemen, we have to stop looking at our differences and start looking at who the real enemy is. And it is not you, and it is not me, and it's not each of us. It is one entity that tries to govern every single thing that we do and how we do it. And threatened to do the same for Total's French refineries if talks failed to progress. But workers at the Total's Donges refinery decided on Tuesday to strike beginning on Wednesday, the militant French union CGT said, according to Reuters. And they continue to say here that the French Prime Minister said on Tuesday the government would start the callback process for ExxonMobil's staff at its oil depots in the countries after talks between the oil company and 2 unions, CGT and FO, stalled. The CFDT union, however, managed on Monday to reach an agreement with Exxon. And they say here, quote, "Today, some unions, despite the deal, want to continue the strike action and blockades. We cannot accept that. But why is it? Don't they live in a free market economy?" That's my question. But then again, I digress. Bourne told the lower house, according to Reuters, adding that she wants the situation to change fast, adding the government wasn't prepared to take further action if needed, or adding that the government was prepared to take further action than needed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are you going to wait until the government decides what to do before getting prepared? Would you rather be sitting at home watching this unravel on your screen instead of being one of the participants that's actually fighting with one another to get a measly 5 gallons worth of gas. She continues to say, I have therefore asked the perfects, as permitted by law, to requisition the personnel needed for the functioning of the company's depots, she said, referring to Esso, France. The orders are ready, a source at the Energy Ministry said, adding that requisitions would only take place if the situation at the depots does not improve. So they're pretty much waiting for the strike to either be over or for the people that they requisition to go back to work actually do so. And this here is a clip that I grabbed from Twitter, and it says, do you want to feel a little panic in your stomach? Check out this video from France where fuel rationing is taking place and chaos just ensues. Now this is just with fuel rationing, ladies and gentlemen. Feeling like it's about to get weird, this person says. Now, some of these clips, I'm going to go ahead and do a little blurring over because some of them do look like they're a little violent, and I don't want children to see that, but you'll get the gist of it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to avoid this kind of stuff, just get prepared. I mean, look at this. Look at what people turn into. Do you see this happening on a regular basis? Police officers having to push their cars because they run out of gas. People not knowing if when they're pumping their gasoline into a 5-gallon or a 2-gallon can are going to get smacked over the head just for that measly 2.5 gallons of gasoline. There's something that you can do about it right now. I mean, look at this. I don't even know what they're doing here. They're putting gasoline into a plastic bag and mile-long lines just to fill up your tank, where people turn into animals. I've said it in the past that when people get desperate, they do desperate things. And when the system goes down, how are police officers going to help you if they can't even put gas in their car? And this is not even that big of a deal. This is just a strike. Imagine if oil was completely cut off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, a short video for this morning. I do have another video coming out later on today that is, in my opinion, extremely important. And it has to do with what? With your money, with your labor, with your time. All right, and if you're going to watch any video today, watch that one because it will enlighten you as to how fragile our system is and how at risk your money is sitting in the bank.
Nutrient survival isn't just survival food. It's special ops grade. Built to the nutritional standards of the U.S. Special Ops and packed with 40 essential nutrients. Formulated to sustain energy, sharpen focus, and keep you and your family thriving during any emergency. Real food, real ingredients. Oh, and a 25-year shelf life.